I don't know how we're meant to all feel at the moment with that result. Whether we're meant to be celebrating for a last-minute equaliser, or I don't know. Feels a little bit like in some ways feels a little bit like a loss. Dan, how do you feel?
Yeah, it's a weird one because, I mean, the first half was absolutely awful. It's probably our worst performance this season, or certainly in a long while. But obviously, the two brilliant goals from the substitutes, it's sort of like a contradiction because they're such good goals, but the overall performance by all the players together was very disappointing. Fair play to Jordan Jones. I mean, he should be starting now. I reckon he's proved his worth. I mean, what a goal that was! I tell you. And then Maguire as well. I mean, I've been slating Maguire, saying his reign is king's over, but maybe he's coming back for a second spell on the throne. But yeah, another quality goal from him. But overall, I mean, I could rant about the players all day, and I'm sure we will in a bit. But yeah, it's a sort of a bittersweet moment, I guess, the equaliser.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really do want to rant because this is going to be a ranting a live stream. And we were just talking off camera now. We've got to bring Graham in. Now, yeah, what an interesting result that was then.
Yeah, I don't think you're far wrong with that. Literally, I think we got out of jail, if I'm honest. Take absolutely nothing away from the two goals. The two goals were absolute fucking world class. They really were. But there were so many bad performances out there today. It was just incredible. It was like we'd gone back 12 months, to the real dark days of Parkinson. And it were just, there were parts of it where, well, I would never ever not watch, but I got the stage, literally at 2-0, I thought, you know what, I'm going to turn it off. But in a way, I'm kind of pleased I kind of stuck with it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, what do you sort of think went wrong today? Like team selection. I mean, we were on the pre-match stream, and I think you didn't you say you wanted Jones to start, and we can all see why, really.
Yeah, I've said that for the last two games now. I've still got my trusty bit of paper with my team sheet on it, and I wrote those notes as we were talking today, and for me that just proves why Jordan Jones should start. He came on and the game changed completely. I said before the game, I said, McGeady's like a machine. It wasn't quite machine like today, I don't think. I just think we got bullied off the ball a lot. And that McFadzean, okay, now, honestly, just fucking, he was terrible. And then Scone kind of took over the role of being rubbish after he went off. It was like so desperate in so many situations. Now I don't know whether you've touched on it already, but what horrendous injury it looks like Ledbetter's got. It didn't look great at all, and I just think it was magnified by the fact there was no fans in the ground, so you could kind of hear it all. And it was a bit just after he'd had Entonox, Gasonera, or whatever they call it, where they moved him. And you could hear him in absolute agony, and you just think, you poor bugger, you absolute poor bugger. He's been one of our linchpins this season, and we're going to miss him. We're definitely going to miss him because Power was bang average, literally bang average.
I kept saying this during the mainstream that Power and McFadzean, they kept passing it to all the Crewe players. Like, we couldn't even string a pass together.
Yeah, I must have seen. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 occasions where McFadzean passed it directly to one of their players, and you think, you what? That's not really that clever. Not really that clever at all.
Yeah, of course, yeah, and also with the Ledbetter injury as well. I mean, it didn't even look that bad. What he actually initially did.
No.
He just landed on his arm, and then immediately got back up. He held his arm, and he just started waving to the bench, didn't he?
Yeah, with his third arm, Matthew. I don't know how he holds it with one and waves with the third one. Grant Ledbetter and 3-arm shocker.
I missed that. I'm so good. I'm out.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Did you hear that, Dan?
You cut out. What happened? I missed it completely.
I said as soon as Ledbetter fell to the floor, I said he grabbed his arm and waved. I said he grabbed his arm and waved to the bench. He said, "What was his third arm?" While he was holding his other arm. Anyway,
I guess you'd be there.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Right then. Who have we got now to bring in? Go on, Graham.
I just had the live chat. AJ, who comments a lot, has put Ledbetter and McGeady glue us together, and if they don't play or turn up, we don't perform. I think you probably. I think. What has he got on his head? I couldn't work out whether it was a light fitting or whether it was something on your ass. It's something on your hat, isn't it?
It's a toilet roll.
A bog roll. And just going back to AJJ, Ledbetter and McGeady glue us together. If they don't play or turn up, we don't perform. I think there's a lot of truth in that. And McGeady I just don't think he had it today. He really didn't.
I know he got taken off, didn't he? For it was Jordan Jones and Sean didn't. How much do you think Jordan Jones just changed the game when he came on?
Oh, I'll tell you something now. I was just speaking to Paul. That was like he's been knocking on the door. Let's be honest. The last couple of games, hasn't he? The last game when he was just torturing players like down the wing. He took three. I think he took 3 players off one time, but. Today, he come on and that goal was just unbelievable. I mean, that's just the sign of a confident player as well. He hit that strike, and it was just like top corner job. It was just unbelievable. I mean, and it was the poor display. But him coming on, I think them 4 subs effectively is getting us the point because he got the first one, and then Maguire got the second one as well. And he saw the second one. I saw it's. Just a sickness that we've done it.
Yeah, I think you're bang on, Sean. I think the subs made a massive difference. Jordan Jones, especially. I think he was a class above today. He really was. Proven why on Tuesday against Swindon we should start with him. Absolutely, without a shadow, I would start with him.
100%.
Yeah.
He's got to start. I mean, looking at the team today, I was just trying to Paul there. I mean, the changes for Tuesday. If Flanagan's fit, I'll just go with Flanagan and Sanderson at the back three. I would move 09 in the middle with either Winchester or Scowen, and then I'll still start with Gooch. I'll bring Votens back in as the left wing back, and I'll drop O'Brien for like Jordan Jones. I'll go Jordan Jones, Wyke, and McGeady. That's the 3. Does that make 3 changes there? 1, 2, 4 changes, I think it is. He's got to be ruthless. Lee Johnson's got to see. He's not gonna take any crap. And if any decisions need to be made, he will make them. And that's what he needs. That's what he needs to prove to people now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I wrote sorry if I'm interrupting. I wrote a provisional team sheet for Tuesday. Did you say you put 09 in the middle, Sean?
I'll probably put 09 in the middle with say Power was piss poor today. Like, let's be honest, Power. Scout wasn't no better. So you've got a dilemma there. Would you put 09 in the middle with Winchester, or would you drop? Say I would drop Power. People say I've got an agenda with Power, but this is why I've got an agenda, because he goes back to the pointless Power that he is. He has a couple of good games.
Power.
Like he was a passenger today. It was crap. He was non-existent. He kept on giving the ball away. He just wasn't at it today, and he was a passenger. But there was a lot of other players on that pitch who were passengers out there, and we're dealing with passengers right now.
I think one of the big ones today for me was, and I honestly thought he was getting over it or himself or whatever, was Gooch. And there's been a couple of games where Gooch has been tremendous, but today he kind of. He was starting to play football. He was looking today like he was playing football. Like every move, he wanted to be like the superstar in it. Well, actually, sometimes that just didn't required. So,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
my option will be kind of like 4-ish at the back with and I'm prepared to get pelted for this. Vulcan, Sanderson, McLaughlin on 9 at the back, Winchester Power in front of him, Maguire holding in the middle with McGeady one side, Jones the other, and obviously White up front.
Perfect. Sounds good.
We'll see how that would pan out, but we're not the boss.
What system would you play that game in? Did you see a 4 at the back? You saw 4-3-3.
Yeah.
4-3-3.
Effectively, 4-3-3.
For me, it's same as well. It was disappointing. Ledbetter. I mean, I was saying to Paul, he's going to be a huge miss. Ledbetter. He's the one player in our midfield who can keep the ball, take the sting out of a game. If we're under the cosh or we're a little bit rattled, he's the one player who can keep the ball and he can pass it around. And now we've lost that. And I'm just hoping that Winchester can step up and do the business, because injuries is really costing us now. I mean, Bailey Wright, Jordan Willis, Flanagan's out, Armand Amalji out for the season. I mean, he looked a good defender, didn't he, in pre-season? Injuries are hitting us big time, but other teams have got to adapt with that, and we've got to adapt with it. But today it's just not acceptable performance. But we've got to get out of a jail card, and we got a point out of nothing really. I mean, it was two glimpses of quality. What's getting us to the point today, and that point could be crucial. But I just think, as I was saying to Paul, I just think we weren't. These are the games where I'll say to myself, that's why we're not finishing the top 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I just say hello to the live chat quickly? Mackenzie Cameron Jude. Evening, lads. Ethan Dixon. Let's move my light. It's a very good away point considering the performance as we're atrocious. I mean, yeah, you could say, we're lucky to get the point in the end, but I still think getting a draw against Crewe was a complete failure today, to be honest. Right, okay. But AJJ was just asking, so can Winchester and Jones step up and do the same job?
Well, let's hope so. I mean, it's Winchester. He's going to have to step up now. We need somebody to step up, and like for me, I've been saying it a long time. Power has been great, but last couple of games, but then he goes back to what he offered today. He offered nothing. People see I've got an issue with Power, but yes, the full team was crap, but Power dictates it in the middle, and now you've lost Ledbetter as well. Power was crap. Winchester is going to have to step up. He's going to have to. We're going to have to play him, and he's going to have to be the secret weapon, I think, because we're on our last legs now. With players getting injuries, because I always think we get one more serious injury. That's going to be crucial. Imagine we've got an injury to McGeady or White right now. That's when we're looking down the
just want to say quickly, we've got some more people we want to add and just say hello to, because I've got some good questions on the live chat that I want to put to everyone and get some more opinions on it. Got Andy, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
You all right? What did you think of the game?
Hello. I was listening to you guys. We actually got 2 fantastic goals this season, and we got a point. We can't say much more than that. Very lucky, but good result.
Yeah, absolutely. And Colin, we'll just get your reaction quickly. What did you think of the game today?
I've just quickly put it on because I've got to jump straight back off. Just to say, I'm happy with a point after a terrible first half performance. I thought there was about 5 or 6 players today who just weren't at it. And I don't know if it was because they were tired because of the amount of games they've had, or because Crewe had done some good homework on us. And I mean, I was surprised at how good they were technically with the ball, and the passing and movement. They were sharper, they were crisper. So to be fair, as much as I'm gutted that we drew 2 fantastic goals, I'll take a point, move on. We haven't really lost much ground, so I'm not happy, but I'm happy that we got out of there with a point.
Yeah, I just want to ask on the live chat. Gary K said, "What did you make of that goal celebration from Jones when he ran over to Lee Johnson and pointed to the ground to basically say, 'Play me'? Do you think there is something going on in the background with that one? Because he did do that, didn't he? After he scored that goal, he ran straight over it, and he was,
fair play to him.
I think it's frustration that, if he's done that, it's just frustration because I think as we've been saying,
Nothing. Graham, what did you think?
He's gone.
Can I just change the subject very quickly, just for 1 second?
Yeah.
Colin,
What?
I didn't realise the pubs had reopened already. You had like an Elvis impersonator. I think you were going to go and singing.
Mate, this is lockdown here, this man.
It is tremendous, by the way.
Honestly,
it is tremendous.
I'll tell you what it is, right? It's coming off if I don't get to the barbers within the next month or so. Coming off.
Get in. Get your last
Eh?
Get your last cigarette cut. Just straight out like that. All done.
I've done it, man. I used to have it like that way for about 10 years.
Oh, I've just seen your kid brother disappear again. Where's he gone?
Who?
Your kid brother came on the live stream. He came on like that.
You're seeing things, Graham, I think.
Oh, maybe. So any
Graham,
case,
you're talking about the yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Jordan Jones, frustration, wanting to be playing first team football, and do you know what? I think he was absolutely right to do what he did. You know, I think he's proved as well that we were up shit's creek with no paddles whatsoever. And he put, the bringing him on changed the game for us. And if it wasn't for coming on, we wouldn't have, we wouldn't have got point end up.
Completely.
Andy, what did you make of Jordan Jones's performance when he came on? Bit of a delay. No, all right, Colin. We'll go to you then. What did you make of Jordan Jones when he came on?
I agree with Graham. He completely changed the game when he come on. It was everything that we needed. It was energy. It was directness. It was pace. It was quality. Everything, all of them, he added to the game because we were slow. His strike was fantastic. For me, he's got to start the next game. Gooch today was off it. He's 100%, and when he's on it, he's good. But there was too many times he got in good positions and tried to do it all himself. And I think that's what he probably needs a rest, and he needs someone like Jones to come on. Can you imagine Jones on one side, McGeady on the other, and White through the middle? And they can interchange as well because Jones can play on the right as well. So you could swap during the game with McGeady and have them as your front three. I think our problem is at the back because McFadzean's just absolutely abysmal. Honestly, I'd rather start one of the kids, and I think that's where the fear comes from. I think going forward, the threat's there. Going forward, the threat's there. It's just at the back. At the back is where we seriously need to get some players back fit, because basically, if it wasn't for Dion Sanderson having a really good game at the back of the day, we would have been well beaten.
Yeah,
I entirely agree. I think I'd rather start me at the back than McFadzean.
Yeah, I mean, and I tell you what,
honestly,
you'd have a laugh watching me play at the back.
I'll lend you a pair of boots. Well, I'm left-footed, so we'll be all right there. See, simple, sort of. And the amount of space I'd take up on the pitch, just holding there as a defender, would be tremendous.
We'll probably do all right.
Don't need to move fast.
Because I've got two left feet, so I'll be all right.
No, see, there you go. We're all sorted. I'm sorted it between us.
Yeah, me. Gary, welcome on. How did you find the game today?
Hi guys. Like everybody else, just relieved to get the draw in the end. We were pitiful first half, weren't we? Just kept giving the ball away. Just very, very frustrated with this first half. But I mean, what a way to get a 2-2 draw, two absolute screamers. And that second goal of Maguire's, that hit the back of the net. I can't deny even an old bloke like me was jumped out of his seat in delight at that.
Me and you both.
I still think Maguire's the only person we've got in the club who can actually do that. I mean, I looked at it and I thought he's got a bit of space here. You know, will he take it on? What will he do? I just couldn't believe he'd hit it first time, and even then, I thought it was going to go above the stand. So to see it hit the back of the net was just glorious. But I think we've got out of jail, but we'll take the point, won't we?
Definitely,
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone back there was saying, where was it? AJJC, we need that cryotherapy chamber back. KOD, maybe.
Oh,
Mick Griffiths said, "I know we were poor, but Robe, honest. But be honest, we are not going to win every game. But how many times have we lost last-minute goals? It's about time we got a bit of luck. Well, yeah. To be honest,
agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have lost that game under Phil Parkinson.
Oh yeah,
agreed.
Because he would never have brought Jones on, would he?
Yeah. No, wouldn't have changed.
3-0 full time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we would have the first change we would have made in that match probably would have been the 87th minute, wouldn't it, if we had Parkinson?
Yeah, that was a massive frustration with him, wasn't
it? Yeah, not realising when it was going wrong.
I don't even want to mention his name. He sends shivers down my spine if I hear that name.
Well, on the stream during the game, I was start talking about Parkinson, and same, Dan. I was getting shivers, and I was like, God, I hope I never see that man ever again, because he's just can't really. Where was that? Where is I now? Amy Reeves was saying, hey, Uncle Paul. I think
Amy Reeves, my daughter.
Whoa!
Hello, Paul.
And here he is. Uncle Paul.
Didn't know I was coming in there. He's just added us to the stream. Yeah, how's everybody going on?
You're lurking.
I was lurking, but I like to lurk in the background. You just watch us, so I don't have to see anything. So, but yeah, my girlfriend's just come back as well, so she can.
Later then.
I'll get the dishes done soon, babe. Don't worry. I am disappointed with today. I think it feels a little bit like a defeat, but at the same time, you know, it's a point away from home. We've got 2 home games coming out. I was saying to Sean earlier on, like maybe our away performances have been better than our home ones. Maybe because of the big feel-good factor we've got currently at the stadium with all the changes, the takeover and everything. Maybe our home games are going to pick up, and we're going to get 6 points from the next 2, guaranteed, and that'll push us right up there and still go for automatic promotion. But today wasn't good. Too many bad performances, not just individual ones. The whole team really was poor. Yeah, I'm not impressed. Not impressed at all.
It always happens, doesn't it? Like I keep saying it. Like we always get like a little bit of optimism, a little bit of hope, and then we end up. I don't know. It's just one of those games. It reminded me a little bit of I don't know. You know. Remember Walsall away when we got that sort of last minute that 2-2 equaliser.
It was a bit like that actually.
Yeah, it's a fantastic goal though. I mean, would you now sort of start like Maguire? Sean, we'll ask you first. Would you start Maguire and Jones in the next game?
No. I would start Jordan Jones. I mean, as I was saying before, my team for next game, if Flanagan's fit, I would still play with 3 at the back, because I think it's worked well. It was a bad day at the office today. I was playing with McLaughlin, Sanderson, and Flanagan as the back 3. I would put Power in the middle with Winchester or Scowen. Power was absolutely rubbish today. People say I've got an issue, but that's why I would say, because you can't keep on carrying players, and this is what happens. He's not consistent enough. But I would still play Gooch. I would drop McFadden for Vokins, and I would bring in Jordan Jones for O'Brien, because O'Brien, apart from the header he done midweek, the header was a good cross, but he hasn't really offered nothing. O'Brien, let's be honest, has he?
I can't stand O'Brien.
He doesn't offer nothing. So I think Jordan Jones, he's got a great goal. He looks the part. So bring in Jordan Jones for O'Brien. Obviously, Charlie White, he was isolated. He didn't get no service, so that wasn't his fault. McGeady had a bad day at the office, but let's just hope it was just one of them games, and then he gets it right. for Tuesday. But it was a bad day at the office. We've just got to dust ourselves down and just go again on Tuesday. But he's got to make big changes. He's got to see them players who haven't turned up today. He's got to see a look at. He's not going to take the mickey out of me, and I'll call the shots. And that's exactly what he's got to do. He's got to make 3 or 4 changes for Tuesday.
Which is like what he did in the second half, wasn't it? We improved in the second half once he made them changes.
Yeah.
So them players knocking on the door need to be saying, "How,
Exactly.
give us a go." I mean, like we say, is it tiredness or is it that Crewe, or a bit of both, that Crewe did some good homework on us? But either way, they looked leggy and they looked off the pace today.
Yeah, definitely. I think Ledbetter as well. That not the stuff now, is that Ledbetter. He's going to be out for 8 weeks now. Could potentially be 8 weeks, and he's the one in the middle. And when you're under the cosh, like a game today, it was perfect for Ledbetter today, where Max Power was he was giving the ball away. It was sloppy. You need Ledbetter in there today just to calm things down, get the ball into your lads, look, chill out, just pass it around a bit, keep the football, and then just take the sting out of the game. And we didn't have that. And obviously, when Ledbetter come on and he got injured straight away, that's for me it just epitomised the whole deal, didn't it? Let's be honest. And Winchester's got to come in now. He's got to step up the mark, and these players have got to prove that they're willing to fight for this automatic positions, because it looks a long way again after the deal. Like,
that's my next question. Do you think Winchester's going to be the man that'll step up? Do you think with games he'll improve enough to be able to sit in that position?
He's going to have to. Collins, he's like. We've got too many injuries now, and Power was rubbish. Scowen wasn't very good. He was very isolated, but you need somebody in that middle now. As Ledbetter's out, so somebody's going to have to step up, and it's going to have to be Winchester. Who else can? Unless you put O'Nien in the middle with Scowen or Winchester, but somebody's going to have to step up to the cause now, because we're scraping down the barrel now. Look at the injuries we've got now. It's coming thick and fast, and if something happens to McGeady or Wyke, do you know what I mean? It's looking really, really bad. I've always said top two, if we can keep them playing on a consistent level, and McGeady can be consistent, and Wyke can. But if you get injured, them two, Ross Stewart's not even match fit yet. So who do you put up front if Wyke gets an injury? It's all this. But it's a bad day at the opposite day when it just. Try and dust ourselves down, get back on that training pitch tomorrow or whatever it is, tomorrow Monday, and get back to basics and get back to the 4 previous games where we've played the football and we've looked like we've been up for. Today we just looked like a beaten team from the off, and it was luckily that we had 2 bits of quality what saved us in the end.
Yeah, message from AJJ on the chat. Ledbetter dislocated shoulder, confirms Lee Johnson. That's disappointing. Wait, what about what's happening at left back? Because I can't. Do you know what? If I see Callum McFadden on that pitch again, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't. He's just. I don't know. What would we do about the left back situation?
Play with 10 men.
Play with 10 men. Yeah.
Can we bring Denver Human on crutches?
Probably stay a better job, wouldn't he? Jeez. Exactly. It's Denver Hume. I was saying to Paul just there. We were talking about 10 minutes after the game, and we're missing Denver Hume big time. And I wasn't a big fan of Hume, but now you realise now he's injured and you missed that down the left hand side. You realise what he can offer for the team, and McFadden. His defensive side of the game, it's pretty mediocre, isn't it? It's pretty poor. So that's what them did. They Crewe, they exploited our weaknesses. They went, look at down the left hand side, we'll get at them, and that's what we've done today. And the 2 goals were really poor. They were really soft goals to concede, and it's that's what you do. Though. The new McGeady's the main man, and he's got 10 assists in 14 games. You try and mark McGeady or take him out of the game, then you take your star man out, so they've got nothing coming forward, and then we'll try and hit them down the left hand side, which is our weakness in McFadden, and that's exactly what they did. They've done the homework. Crewe, and they probably feel like a loss to them. Because they should have, easy the better team, and how we got a point out of that game, I'll never know, but I'll take it. Like,
yeah,
I don't think Wilkins have made a difference.
And but he's been. What he is, lads, think about Votens. I think he's been. He hasn't been much better than McFadden, has he?
No.
Let's be honest.
There was times when Votens was playing, I was thinking, I wish McFadzean was playing. And now,
Really?
I know. It is,
and
and
then now I'm thinking, I don't want any of them.
maybe we could like drop McFadden and put Gooch down the left wing back, but then you're going to play it in the right wing back. It would do the Gooch role as the right wing back.
Yeah, if you had Gooch at left, if you played Gooch at left wing back or left back, and then played Jones in front of him, I think that would be canny. But I mean, again, it's not just that, is it? It's the midfield as well, especially with Ledbetter. We know he's going to be away for weeks now.
I think the big question you've got to ask
have we got any decent kids coming through left backs? Can Younger play there? Can he?
I think Younger's a centre back, and I don't think he's a wing back. I think he's a centre back.
So have we got any decent left backs coming through that we could play?
I don't think we have.
Colin, it's you. It's going to be you, Colin.
Well, like you see, I've got 2 left feet, so if I get the ball, mate, I'll be there.
Yeah. I think the big worry is, and I don't want to jinx it, and honestly, I wish him all the very best that he recovers very quickly. But I think the big worry is we might never see Ledbetter in a Sun shirt again.
Yeah.
It's quite possible. It's quite possible. That's what I thought when he first went down. I went, he lived straight there. I went, this is serious. And then we found out. James Hunter, the reporter, he says he's dislocated his shoulder, so he's going to be out for could be 6 to 8 weeks. So that potentially could be his last game.
Going to miss the final. Going to miss the final as well.
Miss that, we're going to miss his calming influence.
Yeah,
definitely.
Just a player to put the foot on the ball and just slow things down a bit,
Yeah, he is the Sunderland's calm, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's perfect for the game today. That's exactly what we needed. Somebody just because we're worried about like headless chickens, what they were, power and Scowen were. They couldn't control the middle, so we needed a Ledbetter today. Just like as main part was saying, why you should start Ledbetter if Ledbetter's fit. Just start him because he's better than them too easily, and he can dictate the pace of the game. He can get the ball, he can pass it, and we missed that today like big time. We missed him big time.
Yeah.
Don't say Conor McLaughlin. He was the only one that was doing it today. He was scoring down. He was calm on the ball.
Yeah.
He wasn't giving it away.
He was great.
He was probably one of our best players, and that doesn't say much, but yeah, I thought he was doing well.
It was hard
he's come on leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
He's come on leaps and bounds in the last few games. He really has.
And just if it feels deflating, I mean, all the positivity we've had the last few weeks, it's been a great. Been a great couple of weeks for some football club. We have, the takeover happening, getting to Wembley. It's a great. The feel factor's been there, and going to this game today, I was confident. I know it's a tricky game. I was thinking the next 3 games. You got Crewe, you got Swindon and Rochdale. It should be looking at 9 points, and then see where we are. But this one's a tricky one. And when if we're just complacent and we don't turn up, we'll get beat today. And look what happens. We went at it and. How we're going to find out that game, I'll never know.
It is the Sunderland way, though, isn't it? You get within touching distance of the top 2. We would have been 4 points off second tonight with a win within touching distance, and straight away, as soon as you think, right, we're getting there, we fall flat on our face.
It's these are the games for me where it defines your season. Where these are the games we'll look back at. You Gillingham 2-2. MK Duns through that game. These are the games where you look back and you'll think that's why we didn't finish in the top 2. I mean, it's still a possibility, and I'll still keep believing. I don't want to be a Dominator, sorry lads, but I'm just trying to digest the game, and I'm thinking Cam again, the top 2. Injuries is coming thick and fast now. If Charlie White gets injured, who's going to put the ball in the back of the net for us? I mean, Ross Stewart's come from Ross County, he hasn't even played a game yet. But Sean. We've got to take the positives where we've got to point out and not a poor game, and that's a sign of a resilient team, you could say. But
Sean,
have
you got good news?
What's that, man?
I'm just wondering if you got any good news, because literally, honestly,
we'll have to get Danny Graham back.
What? Oh yeah, that's it. Let's get Danny Graham back. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
There's some electrical interference again, isn't there? I can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be either Gary or Graham, because it was the same noise earlier on. It sounds like grinding teeth.
Hang on, let me turn my earphones off and see if I can go without it. It might be me. Hang on. Old man and modern technology.
Gary, I think.
Yeah, it's Gary.
Oh,
It's
is
Gary
it?
because I just
stopped.
muted Gary.
All right, okay.
Aye, it's Gary. It sounds like when me nana used to do that with her teeth.
What you do with your teeth, Gary?
Hey, that's one, lads.
Is it me? Is it me doing it, Matthew?
Yeah, I think so, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah,
There's
it's
one of the
fine.
comments, lads.
I've got a
AJ
bit
says
now, so.
09, play 09 at left wing back.
Shit.
And obviously put Flanagan back like as the centre three.
I'd take that all day.
I mean,
I'd take that all day.
Mr. Reliable, Mr. Versatile. You know, look, when I can play everywhere, can't he? And he always does a job in that way. Players.
How do you think he did today though? Because it wasn't like he had a great game, but it wasn't like he had a bad game either.
I personally think it was because of the size of the players he was played against. They were big blokes, and he was struggling against. I mean, he still did a decent job, but I think physically they had his number. Like
That man was causing problems. What are you gonna?
yeah.
What was he called again? Chris Porter. I think he scored the goal as well. I think he was, a nuisance. But I think we've always struggled with teams, but the physical teams in this division, and it's just deflating. Like, but we've got to forget about them. Hopefully Tuesday we can get back to winning ways, man. It's just spoiled you.
I think
I'm actually not that deflated, to be honest with you. I'm quite happy. I had a bit with 15 minutes to go. I had a bit under for a point. So
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was looking really, really desperate, wasn't it? I mean, like 15 minutes, you're thinking there's no way we're getting back in this game, but then we get that goal from Jordan Jones, which was an unbelievable strike, by the way, wasn't it? Screamer. And then obviously Route 1 stuff, Lee Burge kicks it, Charlie White, lovely header, lovely flick on, and Maguire with an absolute unbelievable strike in the top corner. It was two worldies what got us the point. They did two bits of quality which got us the get out of jail card and got the point.
I tell you another thing I noticed today as well. Like, I know that we were talking about how the team didn't play particularly well, especially first half. But in the second half, Maguire in particular put some fantastic balls in from them free kicks. And the way we've been playing, the way LG's been getting them sorted is to get in front, get across the front post. And if someone had did that today, I would have got a couple of goals. But the movement wasn't there in the box today.
Yeah. Sorry, can I just say? Oh, wait, Dan, what was it you wanted to say earlier? He was trying to talk.
Sorry, yeah, I mean, I kept getting interrupted. No, it's fine. It's fine. I was just going to say about a 9. You know. But boy, you've done me there, Matthew, haven't you?
No, I haven't. I didn't even have.
My
hands are here.
I was just going to say, you know how much I love a 9, but even me today, I don't think he did that well, because I think it was a tough task against two massive blokes up front, and I think they dominated. If I'm honest, even I'd go as far to say Sanderson as well. I love him as well, but I don't think he quite did. He wasn't awful as well, but I thought they did struggle, and that's what teams in this league like. There's a lot of players. I thought Mandron played. Oh.
Was that
got the spotlight there?
Go on, keep doing it while he speaks. Oh no! Don't do that. Oh, I can't get off. Okay, it's fine. Go on.
I was going to say Mandron. I think Mandron did pretty well today, actually. And to be fair, like we didn't. Don't get me wrong, we were atrocious first half, but I did think that Crewe did have probably. I mean, if they play like that every week, then why are they 11th? Do you know what I mean? So I think they did have a good game themselves today. And they were knocking it about well, and they had the experience. They had that Porter guy up front. He knew what he was doing from minute one. He was trying to make Sanderson like get tight to him and give away fouls. So yeah, I thought they did well. So it was two tough strikers to play against, physicality wise, for the centre backs. But I guess when no 9's playing centre half, he's not exactly very tall, is he? So he's going to struggle with that. But again, they did do a solid job, because considering he's not a defender. But yeah, we are missing a sort of a Tom Flanagan-esque, because I feel like someone like him, he's not going to get all the credit every week, but when someone like him does miss from the team, it does make a difference because he's solid pretty much every game. So hopefully we can get him all right back as soon as possible, I guess.
Yeah, what Colin was saying as well with the free kicks, immediately after Jordan Jones scored, we put a free kick into the box, and who was it that missed? It was O'Nien actually. He went straight onto his head, but he couldn't get his head on it, could he?
Headed the wrong way.
I know, and also as well, who was it? The free kick after that Maguire took, it went straight in the box. But you got to rely on your players to be there to knock it home, haven't you?
Yeah, they were two good balls, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, our best chances really to score goals. I mean, you get a free kick to get the ball into the box. That's one of your. It's no news to anyone, but it's one of your best chances to score a goal, and to not take those opportunities. If O'Nien just got his head on that's 2-2, and then imagine if Maguire scored that was the winner. That scream! Imagine if we had a crowd behind that goal and that was the winner. Can you imagine that?
We waste so many. We waste so many set pieces. I think we don't score enough of them because I thought they're very good. They're a very good opportunity to cause some damage. The amount of teams that we know have come away with a victory against us that have scored. Like I remember the MK Dons game, and Cameron Jerome got that header. Like a lot of teams practice set pieces a lot because it is a great opportunity to score, and I feel like we don't really capitalise on it enough because there's too many balls that just don't beat the first man. Don't pose too much of a threat. So I feel like we do need to improve on. I feel like on corners we do score from corners, but free kicks I don't remember. We haven't scored from many free kicks this season. I don't think so. Maybe that could be something to work on.
Absolutely, I think we waste. Go on, Graham.
I think it was very evident today. There was a lot of free kicks in the title. Please don't put me on the big screen. It's bad enough looking at it on the little screen, man. For God's sake.
You need a shave.
But I tell you what, I'll shave this if you shave it. How does that sound?
If I do what me head?
Aye.
On live.
Like,
now?
Yeah.
What did it now, man? Look at the flipping clip of it, man.
Aye, yeah.
Sorry, go on. What are you saying? Go on.
Sorry, please don't put me back on the big screen again. I think it was very evident that a lot of our free kicks didn't beat the first player.
Yes.
Both first and second half, we had free kicks in decent positions, and they weren't beating the wall. You think, do not practice this, anything?
No, no, exactly.
Sorry.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And even when Jordan Jones went on the free kicks, when he took them, he didn't even beat the first man, did he? When he started taking them, and God, it really, really annoys me. But so just AJJ was saying we are losing our captains on the pitch. Ledbetter, right? So Ledbetter's out now. Wright is still out. Would you say that we've still got a proper? I mean, in the last game, we wouldn't say we had a defensive problem because I think Sanderson and O'Nien and McLaughlin did really well. But I don't know what happened today. We were just sort of see their first goal. I think I don't know who was meant to be marking him. McFadzean. He just let him get away. You can't leave a player like that free in the box.
Yeah, he should have come in tighter, shouldn't he? And he didn't. He just stayed where he was. He was static.
Yeah, and the same with their second goal, wasn't it, Sean?
Our midfield, it's our midfield, man. I know. Ultimately, the defenders got to defend to save the goals, but midfield were just non-existent. So they were just basically, no midfield there. They were getting past the midfield, and then it was just. I think two of the goals. If you look at the goals back.
That's genius. That is genius.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
If you watch the goals back, I think both the goals could have been prevented. So that say that it was a defensive. Defenders weren't doing the job, but our midfield today, man, was absolutely awful. There's not. I mean, Power was non-existent. Scour was no better. McFadden obviously was part of that the four across the middle. McFadden he was giving the ball away. I mean that clip when somebody passing the ball and he miscontrolled it and he give the free kick away. Matthew,
yes.
That was
Jesus.
That epitomised his
yellow card.
His game, man. It's so frustrating.
So for the midfield players, right? I don't know if we might have answered this earlier. We'll go through everyone. Who would you start again? Who playing on Tuesday?
Swindon. We've got Swindon and Rochdale the next two games at home. It's got to be 6. There's got to be 6 points. We've got to get
Swindon were awful. They were the worst. I think they were one of the worst teams we played.
Yeah, they were. But no, I thought we were playing Swindon on Saturday. Who were playing on Saturday then?
Rochdale.
Oh, Rochdale. Okay, all right. Then, so for the Swindon game on Tuesday, I mean, who would you go with in the? Is someone writing an email?
Sorry, that's me.
Matthew, my team for Tuesday. If Flanagan's fit, I'll go McLaughlin, Deon Sanderson, and Flanagan as the back three. Gooch as the right wing back. I would put Fortins in the left wing back. In the two in the middle, I would put Winchester and O'Nien. Winchester and O'Nien in the middle, and then drop O'Brien for Jordan Jones, Charlie White up front, and then McGeady on the left. So it's a 3-4-3. That's what I would go with. So it's it's 3 changes. I think it needs to be done. He needs to be ruthless now, and if people's not going to put performances in or be consistent, then they've got to be dropped. And that goes for Max Power as well. Just because he's the captain doesn't make him exempt from being dropped. I've said that many times.
Absolutely. And do you know what, Sean? I completely agree with that as well. Because we've seen it before. I won't say his name. His name's not allowed in our house.
He must not be named.
He must not be named. But a few seasons ago, we had a certain captain who I think started every single game just because he was the captain, started in the playoff final in a position that wasn't his position, just because he was the captain. So we can't have a situation like that again, can we?
But the Honeymans, I mean, he was, but I think giving him the captaincy, which was obviously Jack Ross's fault, wasn't it? I mean, put too much pressure on the lad, and he had Cattermole in that team. It was a born leader. You know what I mean? He's a born. So why don't you give the captaincy to Cattermole that year, and you give it to George Honeyman? And that's what it was. It was the added pressure of being the captain when it should have been given to Honeyman. But I don't know if that was to blame to the owners because they were trying to offload Cattermole because he was on a big wage. Obviously, we'll never find out. But ultimately, Jack Ross, he picks his team and he picks the captains. And that season, he obviously picked Honeyman, and that was a big mistake, wasn't it? Picking Honeyman as the captain. And I think I've always said it as well. I think Parkinson picking Power as the captain, for me, it's not. You pick your captain and you say, and that's your main man. He's my main man. And as soon as Parkinson picked Power, I went, there's his first mistake for me. I mean, you can't just blame everything on Power, and people say, "Oh, Sean, you've got an agenda with Power." But I judge it on when Power played good the last 2 games. I praised him, and he did play well. But then he went back to the old self. The day was absolutely awful. The day was rubbish. He didn't do anything good for the team at all, and it was effectively playing with a man down. He kept on giving the ball away. He kept on losing possession. He couldn't string a pass together. It was just really, really Power. And Lee Johnson's going to be singing this. If we can see it, I can see it, you can see it. He's going to be saying, look, I need to make an example of players here. I need to be ruthless. And on Tuesday, I would make some big calls. You know, we want to finish in the top 2, and big changes need to be made now.
Yeah. And I think Jack Ross made Max Power the captain for a few games when, maybe Cattermole or Honeyman was out of the team. So he obviously sees something in Max Power, maybe, leadership qualities. And you know what? I give a little bit. I give credit to Max Power as a person, because he doesn't think he's the best player in the world. He doesn't think he's playing with the best team. He's very honest. After he speaks after games, he goes, but he knows, and he does take responsibility. To be fair to him, as the captain, he does take responsibility. But does that mean he should play every week? Absolutely not. It really doesn't. And I hate when people say, well, the captain's undroppable because he's not. He really isn't. So, I mean, I'll ask Colin, going back to... Go on, Dan, actually. Go on.
I was going to say, I think he plays it in the wrong position. I mean, I think he's got a really good shot on him, and I think if he played sort of like a cam, I reckon he'd probably do a better job. I don't see him as a defensive midfielder. I think if you look at the goal, he has scored goals from like he has like that sort of like a number 10 because he has scored goals outside the box. Like I can recall a lot of sort of 15-yarders that he gets, and he's got a great shot on him. He's probably got one of the most powerful shots in the team. So you could maybe even try him there because I feel like he does. He's such an annoying player because I feel like he has got the ability to do a job in this league, but for some reason he just doesn't do it consistently enough. And as Sean said, bang on today, there's too many times where he's a passenger and he just lets the game go by and he doesn't get stuck in or change the game. It's just like he's on the pitch and you don't even notice that he's there.
Exactly.
So that's what I think.
Right, Matthew, there's a comment there. Alan Romson says, Sean, you could see that about every player, especially in the first half. He's got a point. I mean, he has got a point. I'm picking on Power, but I mean, looking at the first half, looking at the players, and even in a whole, I mean, Scowen, McFadden was awful. McGeady was non-existent as well. Gooch was just trying, too much again. Like when he tries to do too much, and he doesn't release the ball. So, Alan, I agree what you're saying. That there was you can't just pinpoint that performance on one player. But for me, obviously, we're talking about Power and the fact that yes, I'll praise him. In his 2 games prior to this, he was really good. But then you're thinking about your mind: can he be consistent? Can he keep that level? Can he? And he didn't. He was a passenger today, and he was rubbish, but there was a few of them, as Romson said there. There was a few players like that today, and for me, it's not acceptable. And these are the games where you're going to look back at and see finishing the top 2. I mean, it's going to be really tight up there and coming into the season as well. I mean, this today was a missed opportunity. You had Lincoln who dropped points, and our Hull won. Portsmouth dropped points. Oxford, Doncaster, they all dropped points. And then if we just to get them 2 points a day, it could have been so different. And there's still like 16 games left, and we've got to try and be positive. And that's hard, but you've got to hope that we can get back to winning ways on Tuesday night.
Just another point on that as well. Just think, is the running develops and the games start to run out, it's gonna become, as Alex Ferguson would say, a squeaky bum time. which clubs up there are going to be sort of all right to deal with the pressure of the games, because it is so tight in the top 8-9 teams.
Yeah,
it's the teams that are going to be able to put the runs together in them pressure games as the games run out.
Yeah, that
are going to get points on the board, aren't there? Because as always, once the pressure hits, there is teams that fall away.
Yeah. Well, look, Peterborough. I mean, I was saying about Peterborough, but looking at they've won the last 6 off the belt. Peterborough. That's why they're top. And I was saying the reason they're not finishing the top 2 is because they're inconsistent. And look what happens during the next 6 games off the belt. So you're looking at that, and then we've got to play Peterborough. We've got to play. I think we've got to play Hull. I think again, Portsmouth. That's a massive game coming up in a couple of games' time. So I still adamant at Peterborough. They've got their front 3 is Moddix, Dembele, and Johnson Clark-Harris. They're probably the best front 3 in the league. Theoretically speaking, I think you could see it. You could see they are. But if they get an injury, any of their star players, they could. I still think they'll have a little bad patch in the next 16 games somewhere. They were on the last 6, but they could just have a bad spell. But can we be consistent? Oh, Colin, that's the thing. Have we got the squad of players to be consistent and go on a run now and maybe win 12 out of the last 16? Can we do that, Colin? I mean, it's going to be a tough ask, isn't it?
It is. It really is. But it's going to be interesting to watch.
It certainly is, man. It's just, it's been a great. I said earlier, it's been a great, last few weeks of this football club. KLD being confirmed by the EFL, which just went on for 2 months, and then that getting confirmed. It was brilliant. And then let's get to Wembley. Finally, we could actually win a game at Wembley against Tranmere. I mean, but then you get injury, you get Ledbetter, and you're getting beat 2-0, and it's supposed to be thinking negative again, and back to the same old Sunderland. But it's just. I like to look at this KLD. I think he's a young guy, but he's brought these his family's a lawyer in with him to the club. The lawyer who's, who runs the businesses for the family. So I think that's great. He seems to be getting the right men. Christian Speakman, he's brought him in. He's brought another couple of people behind the scenes. He seems to be bringing the right people in behind the scenes as well. And I think that's great. He's setting the foundations, getting the foundation right. And then it's going to take time with him. And then, unfortunately for him, he didn't come in the summer. If he come in the summer, he maybe could have, implemented. And then you had the salary cap. Now that's been scrapped. And it would be. It's against the law, basically, that salary cap, and that that would get scrapped. So that's a good thing for us. But I mean, what can KLD really do? Now he can't do it. He's just got to sit back and hope that Lee Johnson can get the best out of these players and get us promoted. And can he do it with these squad of players? That's the big question.
It is.
Yeah, I was just going to ask. I was going to go around, but we sort of went off there a little bit. I was just going to go, Colin, in the. It's fine. It's fine. Colin, we're playing Swindon on Tuesday. Who'd you midfield? Who'd you play in midfield then?
Well, I think Winchester's going to start this time, just purely because they're not fit. And to be fair, when he first came out, I was thinking he hasn't really done anything, and he hasn't really thought, he could have a part to play. But I think he's going to get a run of games now, so this will be his chance to bet himself into the side and get some form. When they say players need a run of games, well, I think he's going to get them, and I think he will be the holding midfielder. Scowen again, I don't know. I think he'll probably start. He seems on and off for me, Scowen. Mm-hmm. Sometimes he's on it, and you think, he's having a really good game. And then other days he can't win a tackle. He's giving free kicks away. The ball's bouncing off him. He's passing the ball out to play. So, for me, them two would be the central midfielders. But they've got to show consistency. I think if they can show some consistency, then we'll be okay. What did you say there? Dan Neil. I thought it was some sort of ghost Dan Neil.
I always do it. I'll just drop it in there.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. I like Dan Neil. I do. And I think he's a good young lad coming through. But there was I can't remember which game it was, but I know it was at home. He played recently. And to be fair, he looked out of his depth.
Lincoln.
Yeah. I think he's got a fantastic eye for a pass forward, a defence splitting ball. But I think he's still got a way to go, personally.
I was just going to say, you said you think Winchester will start. I just think, I'm not sure he will, because I don't see why, because I don't see him dropping power. And if we're only playing with two centre midfielders, I feel like he's going to play Scowen instead of Winchester. But that's just, I don't want that, but I just think that's what Lee Johnson will do.
Yeah. I can see where you're coming from, but if he plays sort of max power out on that right hand side, that he still seems to be drifting out there. And again, I agree with Sean. I don't think Power had a particularly good game today, and it could be the point where Lee Johnson will say he needs a rest. He needs taken out. Do you know what I mean? Because not just the rest. If you get taken out the side, sometimes that can galvanise the player and think, hold on a minute, I've dropped my standards here. And it makes them kick on for the next time they're back in the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like you said, the players that came on today made a difference in midfield. You know what I mean? So they're going to be knocking on his door saying, well, give us a chance. You know what I mean? There's injuries, give us a chance. So I personally hope Winchester starts, but I can see where you're coming from. It's quite possible that you would play Power in Scone instead.
Okay, yeah, just before we end it, go on, Sean, was there something you would say?
But obviously, Dan Neil, I mean, it's a chance for him to step up. And Elliot Hamilton, he's been loaned out to Blackpool. I mean, is that a wise thing to do now? Now we've got injuries to Ledbetter, and he could have done. I honestly believe he could have done a job for us. Elliot Hamilton, I mean, Dan Neil looks the part when he comes on. Looks like he can pass the ball well, and he looks confident on the ball. I mean, we've got options, but I think letting Elliot Hamilton out was a mistake for me. I said it from day one. I was well shocked with that.
The worry is as the running approaches and we get down to the nitty gritty, all of us are sitting here and none of us can say, these players will step up. We're all not sure about them.
Yeah.
But it's something different, though. I think Embleton, he's something different just than what we haven't got. You know, I feel like he does sort of drive at his players. He takes shots off and creates chances. Don't get me wrong, he's not bloody Messi, but I feel like off the bench, he's a good player to have to bring on, to try and change the game. Because I remember, I think it was Ipswich when we were on the telly. I think he had a good game that game. I think he played well against Wimbledon as well. And then it was random that he went out on loan, because I thought, like, I don't think he wouldn't have started. He wouldn't have started many games, but definitely off the bench, like he can have a go at tired defences. So yeah, I would have kept him as a squad player, but I guess we're just gonna have to do with what we've got.
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah, absolutely. All right then. So gone on for about an hour then. So not the best not the best result today. A result just he's gone now, but well done to Gary for predicting a draw. I think it was unless anyone else predicted a draw today.
Yeah, I predicted 2s each.
All right. Did you? Yeah, well, my 1-0 with Conor McLaughlin's screamer didn't really look that good, but anyway, I might get it right on Tuesday.
Not as bad as my 4-0.
No, not as bad. But who knows? Who knows? We might get Conor McLaughlin's screamer on who playing Swindon on Tuesday. But yeah, I think Paul, we'll see everyone on Tuesday unless you're working for a pre-match stream.
Let's just quickly check. I think Tuesday is my last day off, but obviously Baby might be here, so it just depends. Well, yeah, I would like to do it if there's enough people there to get involved with it. We'll do the pre-match. Do you want to do a post-match, or is that something you don't?
Not the weekdays, no.
On the weekdays, that's and we'll have Sean. Sean will be doing his watch along. Hopefully, he's paid the 10 quid instead of being a tight ass. We'll get somebody good on with Sean as well. So lots happening. It'll be fantastic. We've had loads of subscribers today as well. So over the moon with that. Well done, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for subscribing and hitting the thumbs up as well. Very much appreciated. But yeah, it's a shame about Jamsani as well, who was in the watch along, but had the technical problems up in Blackpool. But hopefully, will join us again another time for the watch along. But yeah, so that's about it from us today. 3 live streams. I'm exhausted, if I'm honest.
Red Bull boy like you, young boy like you.
Yeah, I need some of the. I need probably one of your crates of rich energy, Sean. That you got.
Evans, keep us out.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you Tuesday pre-match.
Bye, Amy.
See you later, everyone.